Hey guys, welcome in to another This Might Hurt. Happy Wednesday to you. It is Wednesday, right? I hope so. I have a hard time remembering my days for a little while when I first wake up. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, listening to a podcast this morning, surprise, surprise, they were talking about the person, what was it? The person who explains the most has the least amount of power. Something like that. I don't remember. It was weird. But, there's something to be said for that, right? It's staying quiet, not over-explaining yourself. Because really, what are we explaining for, right? To get the person to see it our way. And that may never happen. But that's okay. I was listening to another one of Chase Hughes' videos on manipulation. So that was interesting. Just on how people... And not that people do these things sinister, or intentional. Some do. But these are just tools that they learned when they were going through something that worked. And so their woolly mammoth kind of held on to it. And now it's I don't want to say a defense mechanism, but it's defense. It's a way to keep them safe. And so activating your guilt. What has he said? He said it was fog. I can't remember the three, but the last one was guilt. They activate your guilt, right? And he said the answer to that is to validate, but not validate the manipulation. So I haven't finished listening to it. It's very interesting podcast. And as always, I listen to these things and I can recognize people in my life who are doing these things. And then I think to myself, how have I done that? And how can I change and how can I improve and how can I get better? So, when you learn these things, you might recognize it in other people, but then turn it back around on yourself. And it might be subtle. It might be something. And I'm not saying that anybody's doing this intentionally, but we need to understand ourselves to a degree of intelligence that we can use it. Use that knowledge for power. Use it and turn it into wisdom. So yeah, there's that. So quick shout out. I'm going to be starting the 12 steps of Return to Self this Sunday at 6:00. I will be advertising that here soon this week, probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So look out for those videos here on TikTok, here on YouTube. Probably throw it on Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, I'm excited about it. The Return to Self 12 steps. So you don't have to be in the substance use community to attend this. This is for everyone. Because everyone needs to get back to who they were before the world told them who they had to be. All right. So we are going to get started. What's the energies for today? Ten of Swords. Done. Just done. Something's ending. Over it. Just over it, right? This might be you. This might be people in your life. Might be a job. Might be a relationship. And really, I guess it's always about relationships because it's, that's what our jobs and our partnerships, our parents, our family, all those things are all relationships, right? But the Swords is about thoughts and words. So maybe you're done thinking about things in a certain way. Maybe you're done. Oh, I don't know. I have this recurring theme in my life where people love to do these things that are against my morals and my values. And so I stand up for myself, and then I turn out to be the bad guy, right? The image, the story that gets created when it's retold to common friends is that I am sinister and evil in some way. That's fine. That's your story. If that's what you need to make yourself feel better about the thing, and that's what your lesson was, that's fine. If I have to play the villain in many stories to spread love, light, and healing, then I will do that, right? And that's how I'm choosing to think of it. In the past, I would have thought of myself as a victim. Now I'm thinking of myself as more of a helper, right? So this will help somebody somewhere along the line. And just changing the way you think about certain things. I like that. Next card out is Death, Transformation. Transforming those thoughts, right? Seeing them in a different way. Getting rid of the old to make room for the new. Shedding the layers of who you were. When you had to wear those masks, when you had to play those roles in order to stay safe, and deciding who you are from the inside out, right? Challenging those belief systems, getting on the shadow work, getting on the inner child work, doing all the things that we need to do to transform ourselves into the next evolutionary level of who we are, right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it's returning back to who you were. Either way, it's transformative. Let's keep going. The Lovers. So we've got self-love, like appreciating yourself. Just kind of like the story I just told you, right? I repeat this cycle over and over in my life. I have been the villain in many, many stories. And it used to really bother me. It used to really get under my skin, right? These are really important people in my life that are doing these things. And now I'm like, okay, well, you were important to me, but at the end of the day, I'm important to myself. And standing in my morals, in my values, and showing my own self-worth and self-love is what's important to me now. I love that. I love that for us. Death to the Lovers. Last card out. What is our last card? Last card out. The Magician on its side. So we've caught the energy. It's probably starting to manifest, which the Magician is manifestation, right? We're manifesting. But just as the energy is coming in from the universe, we're about to manifest something amazing. Now, is it going to come in the reverse or in the upright? Well, I guess that's up to you. But the energy's there. The energy's there. So we've got 3 major arcana. We went from 13 to 6 to 1. We're kind of going down a little bit, but we're done with the way things are now. Absolutely done with the way things are now. We're going to transform it all, show ourselves some love, and then get ready to manifest some things, right? So what's our advice for today? Oh, all right. Our advice is the Ace of Cups and the 4 of Wands. Look at things in a new way. Look at the spilling your cup over and not giving away what's not yours, right? Think about your emotions in a new way. Kind of like this, again, the story I told you. Instead of feeling like the victim, feel like the enforcer, right? And then the 4 of Wands, because that's the stability. Get back to your stability. Get back to your roots. Get back to who you were before the world told you who you had to be, right? Our foundations, the things that worked, the things that resonate with you, the things that you can celebrate about yourself, those are your foundational pieces of yourself, right? Your values, your morals, your ethics, all the things that are important to you, right? If your ethics are to take accountability, then take some accountability. Stop looking at everybody else who isn't. Take your own accountability. If your values and morals are knowledge and wisdom, then start learning from things other than books, other than podcasts. Use your life. Life experience is worth way more than a book. Way more, right? It just is. Ask anyone. In my in my community where I work, the clients are always a little skeptical of someone who doesn't have lived experience with addictions. They're like, if you don't understand it, how can you teach me anything? And it can be taught, right? It can be. We're not all born Beethoven. We can learn to play the piano. But at the end of the day, if you live it, right, then you're more like Beethoven. You're going to do it intuitively, instinctively, and all those things. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, guys, is the Wheel of Fortune. Things always change. Things always change, right? You can stop it, you can start it, but you have the power in the way that you control your thoughts and your words to turn this wheel any way you want, right? We saw the snake last time, and I think, and it even looks like there's a lion on the bottom there, right? So there's kind of this scorched earth over here, right, in the mountains. And I use the word scorched earth because my favorite channel, of course, is Scorched Earth Tarot. And I did a little scorched earth on my life last week. Yeah, we eliminated lots of people last week. But that's okay, right? Because that's okay. We have to make room for the new people to come in. We need to recognize who the snakes are. We need to recognize who our strength, who our support system is, and get rid of those that are not matching our vibes anymore, right? And by snakes, I don't necessarily mean bad, but I do mean like snakes shed their skin every once in a while. And I feel like snakes for me in this card today is those people who have this idea of who they are, and maybe it's not who they really are. It's who they want you to believe that they are. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. You guys take care, and we'll chat tomorrow.